असली दुनिया में क्यों इनको जीना नहीं, विक्टिम कार्ड प्ले करके खून पीना सही। हाँ इनमें फर्क नहीं, इनका गलत भी सही, तभी तो इनकी अपनों से भी बनती नहीं। रीच 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 इनको चाहिए रीच, प्लीज 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 सामने करते प्लीज। बीट 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 इनको करूंगा बीट, हीट 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 मेरा कंटेंट है हीट। मैंने ही मिटानी ये बीमारी, मैंने ही तो जानी ये बेमानी, मैंने ही मिटानी भ्रष्टाचारी, मैंने ही संभाली जिम्मेदारी। सांपों से भरा है पूरा ये समुंदर, पीठ पीछे मारा है इन्होंने खंजर, इनसे हम सब लड़ेंगे अब मिलकर, इनकी जिंदगी अब बनेगी बंजर। Let's go। एक कहानी है जो सबको सुनानी है, चलने वालों की तो रूह भी जलानी है। एक कहानी है जो सबको सुनानी है, इनकी भूख भी तो मैंने ही मिटानी है। एक कहानी है जो सबको सुनानी है, चलने वालों की तो रूह भी जलानी है। एक कहानी है जो सबको सुनानी है, इनकी भूख भी तो मैंने ही मिटानी है। यलीकार हो।
Between permutations and combinations. Permutations is the number of arrangements, where combination is the number of selection. So in permutation, the order is important, whereas in combination, the order is irrelevant. A, B, C, B, C, A, C, B, A, everything, it remains the same for combination. Whereas for permutation, it is different. And formally also we learned NCR. This NCR stands for n factorial by n minus r factorial r factorial. And NCR stands for the number of selection from n different objects if you are taking r at a time. From n different things, if you are selecting r at a time, then the total number of possible selection will be NCR. And definition of NCR is n factorial by n minus r factorial, whereas definition of NPR is n factorial by n minus r factorial only. So in NCR, we have an extra r factorial in denominator. This NCR is also written as CNR, both are same. NCR or CNR, both are same. Now, few properties of NCR. Right, the first one, see that NCN is 1. Why NCN is 1? By definition, NCN is n factorial by n minus n factorial into n factorial. N plus cancel. 1 by n minus n factorial is 0 factorial, and 0 factorial is 1. So NCN is 1. Take a note of it. NCN is 1. Similarly, NC1. NC1 will be n. How come? NC1 is n factorial by n minus 1 factorial into 1 factorial. This n factorial, we can break it as n minus 1 factorial by n minus 1 factorial. 1 factorial is 1 itself. This cancel, left out is n. So NC1 is n. Similarly, NC0 is also n. Now, NC0 is 1. Why? Because NC0 is n factorial by n minus 0 factorial, n factorial into 0 factorial. By definition, this is n factorial by n minus 0 factorial is n factorial, 0 factorial is 1. That is 1. So see that NCN, NC, so they are what? NC1 is n. NCN is 1. NC0 is 1. I'll write this together. NCN is 1. NC0 is 1. And NC1 is n. Now the next one, that's most important property, where we make use of the next property in a lot of occasions. It's an interesting one. This is the most important one. NCR is same as NCN minus R. See, NCR and NCN minus R. They are same. Why they are same? See, in the NCR, numerator is n factor. So in both these cases, numerator is n factorial. Denominator, we have two factors. Which are those two factors? One is this r factorial. Next one is n minus r factorial. This minus this. N minus r and this one. See, this minus this is n minus r factor. Now this minus this, n minus of n minus r means n minus r plus, that is r only. So n minus r is r factorial. This one is n minus r factorial. So NCR and NCN minus r are same. This means 10C7 and 10C3, they are same. 7 and 10 minus 7, 3. 10C7 and 10C3, they are same. 15C4 is same as 15C11. Why they are same? 15C4. In both the cases, numerator is 15 factorial. Denominator, we get two factors. Here, those factors are 15 minus 4, 11, and this number 4. So 11 and 4. Here, 15 minus 11, 4, and this number 11. So 4 and 11. Here, 11 and 4, 4 and 11. Both are same. So see that 15C4 is same as 15C11. Similarly, 20C16 is same as 20C4. So remember this, NCR and NCN minus R, they are equal. NCR and NCN minus R are equal. Now, from this one, we can write another property. If NCA is equal to NCB, this implies if NCA and NCB are equal, we have two options. A is equal to B or A plus B is equal to NC. If NCA and NCB are equal, we have two possibilities. A can be equal to B, or otherwise A plus B is NC here. 10 is 7, 7 and 3 are not equal, but 7 plus 3 is 10. Here also 4 plus 11, 15. 16 plus 4, 20. So if NCA and NCB are equal, then either A is equal to B or A plus B is N. Now, and last one, this last one is not frequently used, but still NCR plus NCR minus 1. NCR minus 1 will give N plus 1 CR. NCR plus NCR minus 1 will give N plus 1 CR. Now, see, now for evaluation of this NCR, I hope you wrote it. So first one, remember it, NC1 is N, NC1 is N, NCN and NC0, they are one. Then the most important one, NCR is equal to NCN minus R. See that 10C4 and 10C6, they are equal. Now, for evaluating this one, example, write examples. Now, example. To evaluate 10C7, using this formula, 10 factorial by 10 minus 7 factorial into 7 factorial, 10 factorial by 3 factorial into 7 factorial, 10 factorial will break 10, 9, 8, 7 factorial, 3 factorial is 1, 2, 3, the 7, 7 cancel. Remaining we got 10, 9, 8, 1, 2, 3. Leave it here. Then 3 this can be cancelled. Again, to evaluate 15C2. 15C2. 15 factorial by 15 minus 2. 13 factorial, 2 factorial, 15 minus 2, 13. N factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial. So for evaluating 15C2, 15 factorial by, instead of 15 minus 2, I wrote 13 directly. 13 factorial, 2 factorial. Now 15 factorial, we can break this 15, 14, 13 factorial, 13 factorial. 2 factorial is 1 and 2. This cancel. Remaining, we got 15 to 14, 1 and 2. This is not point. It is not 15.14. It is 15 into 14. Now this cancels the value. Leave it here. C8, 11C7. 11C7 is 11 factorial by 11 minus 7, 4 factorial into 7 factorial. Again, 11 factorial, we can break it as 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 factorial. 4 factorial is 1, 2, 3, 4. The 7 factorial cancels. Remaining is 11, 10, 9, 8. This one. So this is how to evaluate factorial. Now, see, this is how to evaluate factorial. I hope you got the idea. Now, in examination, for evaluating this NCR, this is by definition. You don't have to do all the things. We have any shortcut. Easily we can make it up. See, what you do is, whenever we get this NCR, what we are going to do, whenever we get this NCR, we will check N minus R or R, which is small. We will check whether N minus R or R, these two numbers, see whichever is smaller. For example here, 10C7. So N minus R means 10 minus 7, 3. R is 7. Out of 3 and 7, 3 is smaller. Whenever we get a smaller number, nothing, 3 is smaller, directly write 1, 2, 3 in denominator, that's all. So out of N minus R and R, the smaller number, write that smaller number factorial. Smaller number factorial means multiplied till that number. Here smaller number is 3. So 3 factorial. 3 factorial means 1 into 2 into 3. And denominator we have 1, 2, 3 factors are there. So numerator starting from 10, write 3 factors decreasing 1 by 1. So 10, 9, 8. That's all. See, 10, 9, 8, 1, 2, 3. So first write denominator, the same number of factors in numerator. 15C2. 15C2, what we do? N minus R, 15 minus 2, 13, 2. Out of 13 and 2, 2 is smaller. If 2 is smaller, denominator we can put it as 2. Numerator starting from 15. 15 and 40, that's all. 15 to 40, 20. Again, 11C7. 11C7, 11 minus 7. 4 or 7. Out of 4 and 7, which one is smaller? 4 is smaller. So denominator we write 1, 2, 3, 4. Numerator starting from 11, 4 factors. So 11, 10, 9, 8. That is what we wrote here. 11, 10, 9, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. So to evaluate NCR, check N minus R and R. Whichever is smaller, write that factorial in denominator. Same number of factors in numerator in decreasing order. That gives the answer. So that means to evaluate 20C16, 20C16, you don't have to go for a lot of calculations. What should you think? Check it 20 minus 16. 20 minus 16 is 4. The other number is 16. Out of 4 and 16, 4 is smaller. So what we do? 20 minus 16, 4. 4 is smaller. So denominator 1, 2, 3, 4 directly. Numerator starting from 20, 4 numbers. So 19, 18, 17. That is. So if you simplify it, the remaining we can simplify. 4 plus 2, 10, 4, 2, 9, 3. This also cancel 5. Remaining 19 please. That gives the answer. So this is how to evaluate factorial in an easy way. I hope you got the idea. Similarly, to evaluate, we know the formula NC1. So look at these things. These are shortcuts. We know that NC1 is here. That means 20C1 is 20. 18C1 will be 18, etc. So if you are getting 30C29, better to write it as 30C1 because 30 minus 29 is what? NCR is NCN minus 1. Once we get 30C1, that is 30. Similarly, 25C24. 25C24 is same as 25C1. Why? Because 25 minus 24. What? Again, by definition, NC1 is here. So 25 and C21 is 25. So these are the easy methods for evaluating NCR. I hope you got the idea. Now, coming to exercise 7.4. Previously, I made a mistake. When I saw my watch, I misunderstood. I know that timing was 10:50, but when I saw the watch, all of a sudden, instead of 9:50, I thought it is 10:50. That's why I asked you to log in at 9:50. Actually, just 10. I know that just timing is at 10:50, But when I looked the watch, I felt it was 10:50. Actually, it was 9:50. That's why 1 hour before I gave this, I passed it and I did. Anyway, now coming to 7.4. See 7.4. First question. If NC8 is NC2, NC8 is NC2, 5 NC2. We know that NCA is NCB. We learned it properly. NCA is NCB. A is equal to B or A plus B is N. Here, A and B are not equal. So, NCA is equal to NCB. A is equal to B or A plus B is N. Here, NCA is equal to NC2. A is not equal to 2. Therefore, 8 plus 2 is N. That is, N is equal to 10. We use this property. NCA is equal to NCB. Either A is equal to B or A plus B is N. Here, NC8 and NC2. 8 and 2 are not equal. Therefore, 8 plus 2 will be 10. N is 10. Question is to find NC2. So, NC2 is 10C2. 10C2 inside 10 factorial and minus 2. 8 factorial. Definition just write it. Now, what's the easy method? 10 minus 2. 8 and 2. Out of 8 and 2, which one is smaller? 2. So 1 and 2. Numerator starting from 10 into 9. 46. 10 factorial. This is by definition n factorial by n minus r. 10 minus 2. N factorial, n minus r factorial, r factorial. So 10 factorial, 10 minus 2. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 factorial and 2 factorial. Simplification, out of these two, write the smaller one and write as many factors in numerator. Now question number 2. I hope you have completed. See question number 2. Second question. If 2NC3 is to NC3, two NC3 is to NC3 is 12 is to 1. 2NC3 is to NC3 is 12 is to 1. The question is find N. See, by definition, 2NC3 means 2n factorial by 2n minus 3 factorial into 3 factorial is to NC3 means n factorial by n minus 3 factorial into 3 factorial is equal to 12 is to 1. This is given. 2NC3, NC3. This is given. See, ratio means division. So this is 2n factorial by 2n minus 3 factorial into 3 factorial whole by n factorial by n minus 3 factorial into 3 factorial is equal to 12 by 1. Now, division by a fraction. Division by a fraction means multiplication by the reciprocal. So, this one, two n factorial by 2n minus 3 factorial into 3 factorial multiplied with reciprocal. N minus 3 factorial into 3 factorial by n factorial. Multiplication is equal to 12. 12 by 1 means 12. This 3 factorial cancels. Now see that we have 2n factorial, 2n minus 3 factorial. N factorial, n minus 3 factorial. We know that we can break the bigger one. We can break the bigger one. Breaking the bigger one. 2n and 2n minus 3. Which one is bigger? 2n is bigger. How to break it? Starting from 2n, decrease it 1 by 1 till we reach 2n minus 3. So it is 2n minus 1, 2n minus 2 into 2n minus 3 factorial by 2n minus 3 factorial into here. N minus 3 and n. Which one is bigger? N is bigger. Okay, I hope you have written this space. I'll write it here. I'm writing it here. 2n, we are breaking in this 2n, 2n minus 1, 2n minus 2, 2n minus 3 factorial divided by 2n minus 3 factorial into n minus 3 and n. Out of n minus 3 and n, the bigger one will break it. Bigger one is n. So denominator, so numerator, n minus 3 factorial remains as it is. How to break denominator? Denominator, this n factorial will, starting with n, 1 less n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 factorial is equal to 12. Now what we can do? This cancels. This cancels. See here, 2n minus 1. Here, if we take 2 out, n minus 1 divided by n minus 1, n minus 2 is equal to 12. Now what can be done? This n cancels, n minus 1 cancels. Left out 2 into 2, 4 into 2n minus 1 by n minus 2 is equal to 12. This 4 and 12 can be cancelled 3. Now cross multiply it. And get the answer. Two n minus 1, 3 into n minus 2, 2n minus 1, 3n minus 6, 2n minus 3n minus 6 plus 1 minus n is n is equal to 5. See that in all such questions, this n cannot be negative or fraction. N will be always a number, natural number. So it's an easy one, but can be asked for 2 or 3 marks. Important one. Only thing is, we use definition. Using definition, keep on simplifying. Using definition, just simplify it. And factorial, we know how to simplify factorial. We break the bigger one. Okay, I think I didn't take the attendance. Let me take the attendance. Yes. So the next one, second bit is a homework. Exactly same. Do it as a homework. Now question number 3. Question number 3. The question is, how many chords? See, we have a circle. We have a circle. In the circle, we have 21 points. Etc. We have 21 points. The question is, how many chords can be drawn in this circle with 21 points given on it? How many chords can be drawn through 21 points on the circle? To draw a chord, how many points do we need to draw a chord? If these points are given, what do you mean by chord? Chord means this one. This is a chord. This is another chord. These are chords. Is it? So 21 points. To draw a chord, we need 2 points. That means to draw a chord, we need to select 2 points. So from 21 points, in how many ways 2 points can be selected? That gives the number of chords. We know that from n different things, r things can be selected in NCR. So from 21 points, 2 points can be selected in 21C2 ways. So the number of chords will be 21C2. Right? To draw a chord, we need to draw a chord, we need 2 points on the circle. To draw a chord, we need 2 points on the circle. Like from 21 points, 2 points can be selected. From 21 points, 2 points can be selected in 21C3 ways. From 21 points, 2 points can be selected in 21C3 ways. Therefore, number of chords is 21C3, which is 21 factorial by 21 minus 3 18 factorial into 3 factorial. We know that 18 and 3. Okay, right. You don't see C2 is correct. You don't C2 is. So 20, 19, 2 is not university. 21 C2 is correct. 21 C2 is. From 21, 2 points can be selected in 21 C2 ways. So 21 factorial by 21 by 19 factorial 2 factorial. Again, 2 is smaller. Denominator 1 into 2. Numerator 21, 20. This cancels 10, 219. So see that from 21 points, 2 points can be selected in 21 C2 base. 21 C2 base. So the number of cards will be 21 C2. 21 C2 by definition, n factorial, n minus r. 21 minus is 19 factorial, r factorial. Whenever we get these two denominator, see the smaller one, that many factors denominator, same number of factors numerator. That's it for time. So, any doubts? No doubts. See you tomorrow, next class. Yes.